Hi everyone, this is part 2 of Pipeline Readings and Excavations Example 1, and this just shows us how to complete the calculations and to draw our drainage line as well as our contour line. Okay, the first thing we do, we've completed these heights, the surface RL and the design RL, so we'll just put those in. There we have it. Then we put in our design RL, we've already done those calculations. Then what we do to get the depth of the excavation, we take the design RL away from our surface RL, and that gives us 750 mil. We then do it for the next one as well, 99.43 away from 100.21, and that gives us 780 mil. Then we just complete those calculations going across the page at 4, 6, 8 and 10 metres. They're our answers. So we've got our depth of trench going across there. They're all our heights. The next thing we do, we need to put in we have this level line here, 100, which is 100, and we're going up and down from that. So for our design RL, number 1, it could be a pit, and the height there is 100.15. So we're 150 mil above our 100 level line. So what we do, we divide our 150 mil by 25, and we get an answer of 0.006, which is 6 mil. So we actually click on that, click on format, and it is 0.6. We then put our tab on top of that, and that's the height of our pit. We then go down to the other end, and we know this part here is 750 mil deep. So we divide 750 by 25, and that comes to 0.03. So if we were to click on that and put in 3, because it's 3 centimeters, we then put a tab on top of that, and that's our drainage line. That's the bottom of our drainage line, and that is our drainage line going from design RL2 and design RL1. Then the next thing we do, we then work our way across the page. We've got 780 mil up. We've got 210 mil up from our 100 level line. So what we do with that we divide 0.210 by 25, and that gives us 0.084. So if I click on format, it's 0.8. Okay, so we then put our tab on top of that, and then we move to our next grid point, which is a 4 metre one, and at 4 metres it's 420 millimetres higher than our 100 millimetre level line. So we go 0.420 divided by 27, and that equals 0.017. So when we put that, it's 1.7. Okay, so we put our tab there, and then we go to our next mark, which is 6 metres. And at 6 metres, it's 600 millimetres above our 100 millimetre level line. So we go 0.6 divided by 25, and that gives us 0.024, which if we click on that, it is 2.4. That's the length of our line. We put a tab on top of that, and then we go to our next one, and our next one is 850 divided by 25, which is 0.034. So we go over here, it's 3.4. We put a tab on top of that, and that's done. Then we come over to our last one. It's 1 metre above that. And what we do, we divide that by our 25, and that's our arrow and our tab. And then what we do, we've got the height, we have our contour height. So we insert our line, we go from point to point. That's what we do. We go over here, we go to insert, and we go to shapes, and we would select our squiggly line. And then what we would do, we would then draw the line from point to point. So okay, that's all finished now. There's a bit of work. It's 2 pages. Hopefully you can follow that. Thanks.